Without any branches.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's feeling brave?
We're going to climb it. Bring in the serenity.
Well, lots of sand, all from Antarctica originally, roaded away, deposited here off the eastern seaboard of Australia. So even today sand is arriving, so the island's still growing, albeit ever so slowly.
Growing up here as a child on the island, spent every holiday, every school holidays here.
It's a very, very large island. It's 125 kilometres long, an average of 14 kilometres wide, crisscrossed by lots of great little walking tracks.
Keep telling people that this is an ancient giant didgeridoo, that the spirits.
And it flows into the Great Sandy Straits. The best way to do them is get dropped off at one location, get picked up to the other. 2 resorts on the island, so you don't even have to camp. This little guy here is probably the smartest plant in the forest. And when you see these fully grown, you won't even know there's a tree there.
And we're about to go down and have a swim in a freshwater creek with about 4 million litres an hour of fresh, pure water coming out of the island. Eoghan?
You won't find any rocks on Fraser Island, bar one very big rock, and that big rock holds all the sand together, which makes it being here. So Fraser Island, one rock, heaps of sand behind it. If it wasn't here, no Great Barrier Reef.
12 months after the loggers left, we were put on the register for National Heritage due to our unique lake systems and our unique forest, the only place in the world where we've got rainforest growing purely in sand.
So we're a big sand island, it is all sand, but we have everything from mangroves through to open forests, some heathlands and rainforest all growing on sand. It has everything to do with nutrients, so everyone in their backyard has a compost, throw all their vegetable matter into there, breaks down, they put it in their veggie patch. Same thing happens here on a natural scale. So the plants drop their leaves and their branches down, rots down, forms compost, and allows bigger trees to grow. So that's how rainforests grow here on Fraser.
The loggers did initially have a very big impact. They changed their ways eventually, but of course they were chopping down some very unique trees here on Fraser. So in '91 they packed up and went home, and now we've left the island as it should be.
But there's 42 perched lakes on Fraser Island. Now perched lakes basically mean a bit like a bird on a perch. It's perched up in the sand dune system, so it's a lake that simply sits on top of sand.
Yes, we have more than half the world's total perched lakes here on Fraser Island. A perched lake or a perched dune lake literally is a lake perched up in the sand dunes. The one we visited this morning, Lake Mackenzie, is about 100 metres above sea level, and it's a big bowl of fresh rainwater in sand on top of a dune.
It is a freshwater lake, it is crystal clear. It is magnificent when you see it. It's just that beautiful blue colour. It's just beautiful.
There's a boat around here somewhere. There's the shipwreck of the Mahino there. We've got some fabulous big long beaches to drive up and down on. We can drive the full length of the island here. We've got to go around the back of a rock just up here a little bit, but generally you can drive from one end to the other on this beautiful big long wide beach we've got.
Definitely some road rules, of course, the same as the road rules that you have on the road. We share it with some planes that take off and do scenic flights. We share it with buses, and we also share it with someone who wants to have a picnic or go fishing or play on the beach. So yeah, it's a unique beach in that regard. 75
miles this beach?
No, it's one of those little tricks, named by a fisherman perhaps. It's only 58 miles long. But hey, you know, we can exaggerate, can't we?
We've got 22 different snakes on the island. Only 2 of them are non-venomous, so we have to be a little bit careful where we're playing. Generally, we don't see a lot of them during the day, but we've got probably 8 of the world's top 10 deadliest snakes here on the island.
Last year's pup, you can see it's only fairly young. We've got the purest strain of dingo in the world. I suppose dingoes are only in Australia, I guess, but we have the most purest strain here. Dingoes can mate and breed with domestic dogs, which then obviously dilutes their pure. So here, 100% pure.
The word Corry roughly translates as paradise, and as you can see, this is where we're at.
2.5 hours north of Brisbane, 2.5 hours north from Brisbane Airport. You drive up the road till you get to Hervey Bay, and you jump on a barge. Around about 30 minutes later, you end up at Kingfisher Bay Resort. So it's a wonderful way. It's nice and accessible from Brisbane, and nice and accessible for further north as well.
Yeah. Been bringing people here my whole life, and now I do it as a job for Fraser Explorer Tours. It's great.